Okay, everyone. Today, this is a training video on how to build an estimate in Acculynx for a full roof replacement. So what you're going to do is first you're going to go into the file, the overview, and then go into the documents, open up the roof report, and you're going to have your Eagle view here. You'll want to go down and utilize this last page. That gives us all the totals and things like that. Now you'll need to check the pitches and just make sure that there's nothing on the roof that you can't normally see. So like in this, we can see we have a lot of vents and pipes here. Then we have some off-ridge vents, which we're going to close in. So we'll need to make sure we add some plywood in for that. We probably won't close in that one, but we'll close in these and put in ridge vent on all these ridges instead. So anyways, you're going to go back down to the last page. Again, check the slopes. If it's under a 312, so 312 and over, if we're putting peel and stick on the whole roof, which we are, then you won't have to like make any changes or add anything. If it's under, you'll have to have peel and stick for a base and a cap sheet and use Liberty. So in this case, this is just shingles and it's all steep slope. So first we're going to go to this number, and I write this out at this point. So like this number here is our base number, and that's going to be, you're going to, instead of treating it as 29, you're going to always round up and treat it as 30. And same thing with your waste factor number, which is going to be 34. So then the other ones that you'll need are ridges, hips, valleys, breaks, eaves, and then step flashing. So we're going to go back into here, and then you can see estimates. You'd click on that, and it'll pull you to this screen. Then you're going to click New Estimate. You're going to leave it as roofing, and then it can be roofing section. Use a template. Next. So then we have the GAF Timberline HDZ Silver Pledge. You're going to click that and hit Next. So our total area, so that was that number, instead of 29, we're going to use 30. And then the rest of the numbers were right here, the 31, 142, 26, 54, 289, and then 51. And they go pretty much in that order. These worked well with Eagle View because it's pretty much all the same. So here we're going to write 31, then 142, then 26, then 54, then 289, and then 51 for step flashing. And then you're going to click Next. So then it's going to bring you to this page. And again, with the waste factor, instead of 33, you're going to round it up to 34. And you'll see here it says 33 for the GAF Timberline shingles. So we're going to go ahead and bump that up to 34. Then this one, is, for starters, is so close to, you see it's 2.86, which the system will automatically round it up to a 3, but we're actually going to make it 4 because it's too close. There's a very good chance you could run short. And then on Cedar Ridge, I always add 1 to 2 bundles, so this is already going to put it at 9 bundles, so we're going to go ahead and just change that to 10. So then at that point, you're going to go in and look and see if we're going to need any of these other things. And if we can try to zoom in, as best we can on the overview. Now, we don't know the sizes, but if you've been out to the house, you should be able to get an idea of what these are. And so we don't know how many Lamenco slant back. I don't think we need any of those. We are probably going to need some of these exhaust vents, but I don't know that these are correct, but I'm still going to go ahead and put one in there. And then the galvanized steel base pipe flashings they come in 1.5 to 3 inch ones, and then 3 to 4 inch ones. So I'm going to go ahead, because it seems like there's like 5 of them, 4 of them, or 5 of them right here, just all in this section. I'm going to go ahead and put 4 of these, and then 1 of these. So if it's 3 inches, you can utilize either, but one of them might be 4 inches. It's not super common to have multiple 4-inch ones, so I think that's a pretty safe bet. But you know what? Actually, we're going to go ahead and put 2 to be safe. So, and then Master Builder Sealant here, you're going to put 2 of those. Generic touch-up spray 2. This is pretty much going to be standard for every job unless it's a really big job. This might become 3, maybe 4 tops. And I said we're going to close in those couple of off-ridge vents, so the ones that are here. So in order to do that, we know we're going to need a couple sheets of plywood, so we're going to go ahead and throw 3 pieces on that. So then the GAF Silver Pledge warranty, I believe it goes up to 50 squares. So that second number, the 34, is what we'll base it off of. And since it's under 50, we can put just one Silver Pledge warranty. If it's over 50, then for every 50 squares, you have to add additional. So say it was 56 squares, then you would put 2 of them. And then for every 30 squares you have, you're going to need 1 gallon of this. And since it's close, we're going to go ahead and, or not 1 gallon, 1 5-gallon. But since it's close, we're going to go ahead and put 2. And then you'll always just need 1 margin trowel. So then for this point, you'll need to open your calculator. And then we're going to go back up and look at these totals. So we have 34 squares and then 4 bundles and 10 bundles. So we're going to do 34 times 3 because that converts it to bundles. And then we're going to add the 4 and the 10. And then that gives you that number. And then we're going to divide that number by 3. So then it gives us 38.66. So we also, that 38.66 is what we're going to put in here, 38.66, because that's what we're going to pay out total in labor. And then if there's any steep charge or steep fees, which we don't, if it's under an 812, we're not charging the steep fee. But then if it is, you have to do this course for the corresponding squares. We also have skylight here, soffit, fascia, power vent, and then so we get here to permitting. You're always going to need 1 permit and 1 fuel surcharge. So you can control the margin here based on this. So we do want to be at 40 most of the time. Now, what I'm going to do is we've been specially pricing these. So I'm going to take this original where we got to the 38.66, and I'm going to multiply that times 475 for my sake and to see where this number comes at too. So that 18,366 is, we've been at 475 a square. You can see it's significantly lower. So a lot of times what I'll do is I'll just bump this down, and right now we're kind of getting as low as about 35 or 36%. So I'm going to go ahead and make this number a little bit in the middle there. I know that's a little difficult for everybody to understand, but for a safe bet, if you want to leave it at 40%, that's fine. It still puts us in market range. If you want to be more competitive, we can go down to 35 or so. As you can see, that's about where we're at. So I'm going to go ahead and then save this. This is Mark Emery's. So I'm going to click Save and then put Mark Emery Shingle Replacement Estimate. And then I'm going to click Save. All right, then I'm going to click Preview to send it to them. And then Actions, Email. And then we're going to send to Mr. Or it's Mark, MRC Emery at Yahoo. Mark C. Emery, it just pops up. And then this is for a salesperson I'm doing, so I'm going to put CC them on it as well. And also Brent, just so he knows this has been sent. And then I'm going to put Mark Emery Shingle Replacement Estimate, and then Roof Army. And so I have a saved template I've been using, and I just write "Hi Mark," and then I hit space twice, and then I'm going to paste what I already have, and you can see what it reads, and then I have a link to the GAF video. So, and then it's going to have all the tag stuff at the bottom, and at that point you'll hit send, and then that is complete. And that is how, and then at this point, you'll advance the job to prospect as well. So, and that's how you build an estimate. Let me know if you have any questions.